225 hours later, and I have finished Red Dead Redemption 2. I haven't played the first game yet. Well, don't hurt me. I have bought it from eBay. It'll be here in a week, and I'll start playing that one, and eventually get a review out for that game, a comparison of both of these games. That's my plan. So, we're going to be talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, and this is the closest thing to a cowboy hat I own. In the game, it's called a tilby hat, which is basically a fedora, because they don't have any fedoras in Red Dead Redemption 2 for some reason. They just call it a tilby hat. So, what was I saying? Basically, we're going to be reviewing Red Dead Redemption 2. So, if you have not played this game, click off the video now, because I'm going to talk about everything that I love about Red Dead Redemption 2. This includes spoilers. So, back off now, and we should be good. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. If you have not already subscribed, click that red button, turn on the notification bell, become part of the Super Chillest family on YouTube. It would mean so much to me if you could share these videos to your family and friends. It would be great. Anyways, let's get into the review of Red Dead Redemption 2, and yeah. So, this game is really long, and I can't list everything about it because there's still stuff I don't even know that is in the game, because it's so huge, and there's so many Easter eggs, so many little things you discover through the world. But we're going to start with Arthur Morgan. We're going to talk about Arthur first. I think Arthur is the coming-of-age character we needed since John Marston. I haven't played the first game to know too much about John yet, so I only know Arthur Morgan at the moment. I do know a little bit about Dutch, though. He's like a really psychopath. He goes evil at the end, and, you know, in the other game. You know, it leads up to the other game. So, that's all I know. Arthur Morgan, though, he brings that, you know, doesn't care attitude in the beginning of the game. He just follows Dutch's orders and just goes along. The whole story is isn't very interesting in the beginning, from what I know. You got the first chapter, which is you're in the snow, you're trying to, you know, get out of that area. And basically, it's not very interesting. You save Sadie Adler, but that's all. I don't remember too much about it, honestly. The first couple chapters are pretty forgettable stuff. It's not that much interesting, but once you get to chapter 3, I think that's Rhodes or Saint Denis, I don't remember, but Rhodes and Saint Denis are the best part of the game. Chapter 3 and 4, in my opinion, hands down, probably the coolest part of the game. Up until Guarma, I thought that was kind of random, just being in an island off Cuba, because they try to escape Saint Denis police officers, and they get trapped off an island because their boat crashes in the sea. Just like Titanic, or Castaway. I think Castaway, actually, because no one dies. They get trapped on an island, a deserted island. So basically, that's how the story fluctuates. You go from one point to another, to another, to another, until you have a battle at the end. So, Arthur Morgan, my Arthur Morgan, was the baddest, cruelest, dementing person you could ever meet in the Wild West. I made Arthur the most serial killer a character you can ever meet in the Wild West. Up until Chapter 5. This is spoiler territory. Arthur gets sick, of course. In the beginning of the game, Strauss, a frickin' stupid character, makes Arthur go get debt from one of the, debtors that Strauss pointed out, and he coughs on Arthur. So Arthur gets sick from that guy, and basically that's the end. Like, this is like towards the end of Arthur's life. Arthur has been around with Dutch for like years beyond this point, so this is like the final straw for Arthur Morgan. But when that happened, I decided to make Arthur look like a mafia dude. He basically has a mustache. I can just put it on the screen. He has this flat cap, which I think I would love to have in real life. Like a flat cap, like that. A squirrel flat cap. I think that would be like so sick. Just have like a tuxedo and stuff like that. Maybe like, the exact jackets Arthur's wearing, like a hunting jacket or something. It's a cool outfit. I was really proud of it by the end of the game. Well, I could just say Chapter 6. There's an epilogue too. But basically, that sums up Arthur Morgan's story. The other side characters that I really liked were, you got Lenny, you got, of course, John Marston, but he's not doing much. He's just there. The others are just there, too. And then you got Dutch, who always has a plan. That's his catchphrase the whole game. I have a plan, Arthur. I have a plan. Yeah, that's all he says. Majority of the game, it's annoying, but that's Dutch. Until, you get to be as John at the end of the game. I just gotta say that, you get to play as John again in the epilogue. Which, this is when I kind of fell flat. I was trying to do everything, like the hunting, the fishing. I didn't finish most of this. I got a 92%. The epilogue just fell flat for me. It was just kind of boring throughout, but it was still cool to see where John went after Arthur. Really sad how he died for me, because there's multiple endings. Arthur had a fist fight with Micah, a character I really hate since the beginning of the game. Shoots him in the head at the end of the round of fist fighting. He just basically shoots him in the head, and then the game fades into the epilogue. I was like, this is brutal. That's the most brutal ending for a character I've ever seen. But that's not the true ending. Everybody says the true ending is the sunset, where Arthur just looks into the sunset. That's the good ending. I got the bad ending, and this made me, yeah, wow, okay, that's how Arthur's gonna go out then. I really want to kill Micah now. But you do. The epilogue continues on. It's not very interesting. You just get to be a rancher. You get to meet Uncle Charles, Sadie again as John. It just builds up until the end, which I'm going to go into spoiler territory again. You get to have a freaking firefight on the mountain. You get to kill every single person you see. I believe one of them is Joe. I don't know too much who Joe is. I think he was like one of the guys in the gang at one point. I don't remember. But basically you kill everyone you see on the mountain, and then at the end you get to confront Dutch, who has been in that house with Micah planning something with money or whatever. But at the end of this game, you just talk to Dutch and Micah at the top, where Micah has gunpoint on Sadie Adler, and basically Dutch shoots Micah once, and then John finishes him off. Then the credits start to roll after that. It's just, this game is, the story-wise, felt like a trip to me. Like, you go from a great guy, like, great but, you know, terrible guy, a terrible but turns great character like Arthur, at least for my character. You go from bad to good at the end of the game, and then it just ends all willingly. And then you got all the Easter eggs too, which there's time travel. I believe, I don't remember who the character was, but there is time travel in the game. There's a bunch of like hieroglyphics or whatever, fossils, drilled into like mountains and stuff. There was like the pyramids, the Led Zeppelin thing, you know, from the 30s. Just a Zeppelin. It's like a hot air balloon. But yeah, there's so much stuff. Even Tesla is in the game. Aliens too. But yeah, all the stuff that I mentioned, the whole story, everything, absolutely great. I don't know too much about John Marston's character, but Arthur Morgan and this game in general is the best experience I've ever had for a Wild West game. I've always, like, the closest thing for me back in the day, because I never watched Westerns. I just got into them because of this game. My history, I've learned more history from this game than in school, in history class. I just gotta say it now. I've learned more history because of this game. And hunting, fishing is just absolutely great in this game too. It's just, it feels good. It feels more realistic than, say, any other game I've played. Like Tomb Raider is the only game I know that you can skin animals and collect stuff to craft into arrows and ammo and all that stuff. But what was I saying? I don't remember. There's so much stuff you can play in this game. The online mode, we're not going to talk about that too much because it is a nightmare right now. But I do enjoy the online mode a little bit. I've been playing it a lot. And it's enjoyable with friends. More enjoyable with friends. You get to bounty hunt, you get to collect stuff, trade, whatever. Hunt. It's all the same stuff in, you know, the story mode. So, what's the grading scale for Red Dead Redemption 2? It's going to be a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed this experience because Western movies, the closest thing to a Western movie I watched back in the day was the Apple Dumpling Gang. And compared to Red Dead Redemption 2, this is nothing like the Apple Dumpling Gang. I can't even speak. Like, back in the Apple Dumpling Gang 2, you get to, they burn down a house. That's the only brutal thing that happens, is burning down a house. But the other stuff, they didn't really do any gunshot wounds because it was a Disney movie. This was PG back in 1970, 8 or 75, I don't remember. It's just, that's the closest thing to a Western movie I've seen until the Django Unchained. Django Unchained. It was just, that movie was brutal, and I can see where Red Dead Redemption 2 gets its influence from. Probably that movie and The Wild Bunch too. So, this has been my review, just a little ramble of the whole story, my experience of Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you have anything you want me to check out, game-wise, movie-wise, food to cook on the channel, leave it down in the comments below. I will see you guys later, and if you have not already become a Patreon of the channel, down below. I'm not making any money right now, so I would really appreciate it. And thanks for watching, stay super chill, and go play this game for yourself.